This is insane. Instagram have just removed the recent tab on Instagram hashtags. Here's why it's happening and could explain why your reach has recently dropped. I've actually never ever seen anything like this happen before on Instagram, so let's talk about it. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new, leave a like on the video, and if you want to get my free Instagram ebook, that is linked in the description below. Yesterday, the official @InstagramCom's Twitter account made this tweet. Starting today, we are removing the recent tab from hashtag pages. We're doing this to reduce the real-time spread of potentially harmful content that could pop up around the election. So in the US, they've completely removed the content from the recent tab inside of hashtags, and I assume this is just going to be until the election is over. According to an article I read on Forbes, this here is to stop the spread of spam and stop people from being able to spam certain hashtags with a ton of recent content which may be misleading, misinforming, or maybe trying to sway people's votes a certain way with false information. Now, I don't live in the US, so I can't actually see this in real life myself, but according to the article, if you go to the hashtag recent tab, it would just say that the content has been removed. I guess this makes sense from Instagram's point of view, is now they only have to monitor the content that is landing in the trending section of hashtags, which is a very minute amount of content compared to all of it. This means they can likely remove misinformation almost instantly, and any reputable accounts that are able to get into the trending section of large size hashtags that could have any influence likely won't be spamming this sort of stuff, and if they are, Instagram can just remove them very fast. But how will this affect you? Chances are your hashtag reach over the next week will drop, especially if you have a large US audience like myself. The goal of hashtags is always to show up in that top recommended section. However, that's just not always the case, and often you'll actually get a decent amount of reach from showing up in the recent section, especially if you're using smaller hashtags that aren't posted on quite as much. Obviously, all of this exposure is now gone until they reinstate this feature. Another thing is, one would assume that as the recent tab has been removed, less people will be looking at hashtags to find content, because that takes away a big part of it, and therefore, even if you are showing up in the trending section with less people actually looking at the hashtags, chances are your reach will go down. And lastly, hashtags do actually play a part in ranking on the Explore page. If you can get decent reach in hashtags, usually it goes hand in hand with Explore, so you may well see your Explore reach as well as your growth go down with this update. The good thing is this is only short term, as the Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri went on his Q&A Fridays and explained that this is only a short term thing, and that in actuality he loves the recent tab, as you can find a lot of great information, and he did actually say that 99% of the time, or most of the time, this information and content is really great, but in such high risk situations such as around an election, they just can't make that risk when the stakes are so high. So hopefully once the election is all over, this will go back to normal. But I guess only time will tell. What do you think of this update? Do you think it's going to do anything, or do you think it is a complete waste of time on Instagram's behalf and won't actually do anything? That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to get my free Instagram ebook, that will also be linked below. I've also actually just started building out my full Instagram program, which runs you through everything that I've learned over the past 5 years on Instagram that's allowed me to gain millions of followers and build a 6-figure business from the platform. That'll be coming out in about a month or so for beta testers. So if you want to get on the waitlist and apply, there will be a link down below, and you'll get an email when things are ready. If you want to check that out, that'll be linked below. Aside from that, see you all in the next video. Cheers.